Setting up an apartment block is actually done in two phases. First one is the templates and so on, the setup phase, and then, which is the subject of this movie, and then the next movie in the list will cover the building of the project. In other words, adding specific apartments from those templates. Okay, so first step in the process is to add a new site. It's the same as you'd expect. Important thing to remember is to tick the multi-occupancy option here, which will set it up to be for apartments or units. Click Save. That gets us our site. Now what we need to do is to create some template apartments for this site. So with the apartments showing in the sidebar here, click the plus button. You can then set up the different basic types. So type A, leave auto add designs unselected. Don't worry about floors. Just click Save. And we'll do another one. Type B, same deal, save that. So that gives us our two apartment types. And then we need to add the designs or jobs to each of those. Again, there'll be templates so that we can duplicate them and create them into real apartments later on. So once we've got the apartment that we want to add the designs to selected here, new design, current client, as you'd expect, we'll just create some simple robes. Good. Now when you come to save, you've got the option of either saving it as a complete robe, doors and interiors, or you can save as a split. And as you probably remember, that basically means that it'll split the robe out into one job for the doors, one job for the internals. The advantage of that is that it means you can track both jobs through the process, through the production process, as individual jobs. Downside is that when you come to do the check measures, you've got to put the dimensions into both of them individually. You can't just put it into the doors and expect it to update the internals or vice versa. So for the minute, just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to go for saving it all as one. What is important is you make the names of the jobs as simple and short as possible, because they will be appended to the job number, so they appear on everything as the jobs progress through. So even if you can avoid bed 1 and bed 2, just B1 and B2 would be really good. So we'll say this is B1. And if we just do the same thing again for the sake of argument, there's B2. Okay, if we come back to clients, refresh the apartment. So we've got type A with nothing in. Type B now has those two template jobs attached to it. Same deal with showers, just add a couple of them, or at least one. Again, if you can do these as ES and main rather than lengthy titles, that would be a really good idea. Okay, if we come back to client area again and just refresh the designs, you'll see we now have the shower in there as well. So you could then go to second apartment type and repeat the process, adding in specific designs to each. If, on the other hand, you have, say, one of the robes is exactly the same in the type B apartment as it is in the type A apartment, then you can attach a copy of it to the different one. So just to explain that, so we have two robes and one shower screen in here. B1 is exactly the same type of robe in the type A apartment. So if we open up that one, so that's this one here. So rather than having to redesign exactly the same thing, if you simply click Save and then attach it to type A, apartment type A, B1 obviously will be the same, and Save. And you come back to the client area again and look at apartment type A, you see that you've now got a B1 robe design attached to it. So it just saves them to do all of them if they're each of them individually, if they are in fact the same basic design. Now obviously clearly these are just templates, so you're just doing as many types as you need to cover the 2 and 3 door options. and you're obviously going to put in actual dimensions later on, so it doesn't matter too much what dimensions you put in for now, other than to give you the right number of doors and uprights and so on for the individual designs for different robes. Okay, so that covers setting up the basic templates and so on. So the next movie, as I say, will cover the building of the actual real job.